Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Great to have you all back. Wherever you're coming from, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're coming from on the pod, one of the many podcasts. Do appreciate you stopping by and joining us. Yeah, big day today. Got packing to do. Got to get ready for the fishing trip. Leave first thing tomorrow morning. I mean, first thing I'll have to leave here by 4:30 in the morning. I'll be gone and dusted in the car. So I've got to pack all my stuff today. Get that sorted, get all the computer ready, do some more editing while I can, and then get everything, sort cameras and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, lots to do as always. Yeah, did some more photos last night for this week's video, so that's going along pretty well. Some nice photos there. We've got to keep going, do some more of that. I'll do some more on the plane tomorrow. That'll keep me busy, and yeah, just keep doing what we do. Nothing too exciting on the front. Cold this morning. Yesterday, a bit of a cold front come through in the morning, and it's still a bit chilly now. So I've got the merch on. Go get yourself a hoodie. It's nice and cozy, so that's quite good. Now, a bit of fun stuff on the news front. We'll get straight into the news. There's a bit there to talk about. DJI teased yesterday on Instagram. They've announced an event, or not teased, announced an event on the 15th of April, so a couple of days away. That'll be 11 p.m. Australian time. I'm assuming that's East Coast, so take a couple of hours, 9 o'clock if you're over in WA. So just keep an eye on your times. There's a video up on YouTube, so you can go set your reminder if you're subscribed to their channel, and you'll be able to get notified when it's about to happen. So be aware of that. Now, it's a little bit of a strange one. We talked it last week about the 2S. Let me just turn this down. The Mavic Air 2S coming out. Now, the title of this one is Get Ready for the One, capital letters 1. So nothing really that resembles an upgrade, and seems like realistically only a firmware upgrade to an Air. So I'm thinking it's something a little bit different. Most of the comments were about, oh yeah, the Mavic Air 2S, blah blah blah. And everyone's, oh, that we know it's coming. When's it going to be released? Can't wait for it. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be something different. It doesn't sound. And the images there, you've got a suitcase, you've got a computer with a DJI store open. I did Google Maps. There's already a flagship store in China. There's multiple stores in the States, in Canada. There's DJI stores already. So it's not like a first store or anything like that. Yeah, it's a little bit interesting. It seems to be, looks like either an old sort of radio sort of controller or something like that. Some cards which had a plane on it with something that looked like Icarus. That's all I could sort of make out the words to be. Pictures of an ice lake. Can't make out the words or what lake it is. If someone's probably been there, they'll probably know it. But yeah, so it's very cryptic. But it just doesn't sound like just a firmware upgrade, which is really all the 2S is. The 2S is nothing really super exciting. It's basically taking the Mavic Air, which is only a year and a bit old, and upgrading it to some new tech. So I can't imagine that the big song and dance about something as simple as that. I would have thought they would have just done a normal release. We've done a 2S upgrade. It's not a whole new model, as far as we know. It's pretty much an upgrade, so it's not a new release. Where this, what they're pushing seems to be something new. Get ready for the one. One sort of denounces something like it's going to be something big, and one, is it the new Mavic Pro? Are we getting a whole new Mavic range or Pro range called the One, or instead of something along those lines? That's what I would have thought it may be. We have been waiting for the Mavic 3 for a long time. It's been 4 years, I think now, since the Mavic Pro 2 come out with the zoom and the Hasselblad. They're definitely due for an update. The Air isn't really due for an update. Maybe, as again, that's only just a firmware stuff. The Mavic Pro 3 would be ideally what this is all about. Was rumoured for March. Maybe it's been put back to whatever technical reasons in China and COVID and all the other rubbish. So I'm sort of thinking this may be a little bit of a surprise. Hey, guess what, we got you. here's the new Mavic 3 or whatever they've renamed it to their new flagship drone. We all know Autels 8K and 6K has done remarkably well and very, very good drones. The splash drones have come a long way. So in waterproof mode, you can't beat those. They're the best there is. The Skydio 2, tracking wise, is amazing. It beats DJI's tracking by hands down, but it doesn't have the photography where DJI has the photography, and Autel's a combination of Skydio and DJI in one, from my personal opinion. So the three big boys. So I think DJI might be coming up something here. This Mavic 3 is going to definitely have better tracking and look to push Skydio out the way and attack Autel on its supremacy of the drone market. So should be interesting. I think it's going to be something. I don't think it's going to be the 2S. I'll be surprised because if you take a look at the picture and go to the page, it's not really anything that sort of denotes the Air or the 2S or anything like that. It looks travel. It looks like something new's coming, and especially when you say the 1, it's a big statement. So yeah, I think it should be good. So April 15th, 11 p.m. here in Australia. Check your local times. I think it was like 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, wherever that is. That's probably in the States. So yeah, just check your local times on YouTube. You'll be able to get the video out to you. Now, Starlink, update on Starlink for us Australians. If you live in Victoria, New South Wales, I got the email yesterday, I think it was. If you live in Victoria and New South Wales, the beta trials are starting now. So if you live in one of those two states, you live in rural area, or you just want to just tell Telstra to go jack it, jam it up their clacker, well, you can get onto Starlink. You can apply. I said the cost before. It's about $1,000 basically to get the install kit, and then $100 a month for unlimited data. It's going to start off at 50 to 150 megs a second for you, which is pretty good. That's pretty much NBN anyway. There will be periods where you may have dropouts. So just be aware that it is still beta testing, but it's obviously going to get better. By the end of the year, we're looking at speeds of 300 megs a second and going up anywhere over a gigabyte a second once the whole system's running. So early stages, I guess, but if you live in the rural area and you've got nothing, this could be something that could be a bit of a game changer and a godsend to you. So definitely go check it out if you're rural or rural Victoria, New South Wales states. Starlink is available for you. And I think it'll be good. And finally, we can get rid of that stupid NBN white elephant that our illustrious idiots in Canberra decided to build for us for a waste of money when they should have been building this 10 years ago. $40 billion they could have built the Starlink or paid airline to do it 10 years ago. Anyways, Gudson Moza makes some great gimbal stuff and bits and pieces. I'm an affiliate with them. I don't have a link up there anymore. I don't use too much of their stuff, but they have got a new little DJI Osmo camera action competitor coming out. Just been released. It's called the Moin, M-O-I-N. It's a bit of a weird name, I'll grant you that. 176 grams, so lightweight, very similar to the Osmo. Big thing, it's got a flip, rotatable, variable touchscreen 2.5 inch LED. So you can see your video, you can adjust all your settings and everything on there. So you don't have that little tiny screen that the Osmo has. It's obviously, and it folds down into the side, into the handle. So look, it's got some good features to it. Specs, 2.3 inch sensor, so decent size sensor, 12 megapixel photos, 4K 60 video, so perfect. 8x slow-mo. It's got micro SD up to 256 gig storage. It'll do 145 minutes of battery, so that's pretty good. 3-axis stabilized. Obviously, it's very much a spitting image of the Osmo, so pretty close there. 120 degree full view. It's got night mode, and it'll do up to 60 seconds of long exposure. So that was pretty cool. I thought something different. I don't think the Osmo's got that feature. Pretty cool. You can edit on the camera. You can make sort of your own little short videos. They've got all the Gudson Moza stuff on the app, so you can do little bits and pieces as well there. Stereo mics only. There's no port, so that was the downside. It does have stereo mics. Generally, you found in anything, in any camera, no matter what level, anything inbuilt was generally, well, crap. Unfortunately, I think they could have done this a little bit better. I'll talk a bit at the end. It's got face capture, so it'll track face tracking, so it'll capture that. Do 9 frames a second for photo shooting. Auto pano sequence, which is pretty standard on most of the little gimbals nowadays. Time lapse, Bluetooth Wi-Fi, so you can download all your stuff straight to your phone or your photos and get that on there in your video, and then or to your computer. And then put it onto your computer. So that's cool. It'll data transfer through the app, obviously, as well too. $300 US. Pretty good. That's not too bad. I'm pretty sure the Osmo is a little bit more expensive, so it's definitely a budgeted version. It's got some good features in there. That night mode sounds pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure Osmo doesn't have that, so that's a good little feature on that. Now, as I said, there's no headphone jack, so it's on the downside. That was the one thing, and no hot shoe. It's a little gimbal. All you need is a little something there, or even a screw there, so you can mount a hot shoe jack. So you could put your Rode video wireless go on there, or a light as well. But yeah, definitely headphone jack needs that. If you're going to be doing video, you need a headphone jack so we can at least plug into it. Now, I couldn't find anything about weatherproof rating, if it's water resistant or anything like that. So especially when it doesn't have a headphone jack, well, it should be water resistant. That would be one reason why you wouldn't have the headphone jack. But I couldn't find anything on their website. So look, if you're after something cheap and something you can chuck in your bag on your travels, you're going on maybe slowly getting out of the COVID issues, you might be going on a holiday. This could be a little feature if you can't afford the Osmo and you're looking to try something out. Well, this is going to be the perfect little item for you. Go over, check it out at Gudson Moza. I did have an old affiliate link in there, but I'll see if I can find it and whack it on there for you. I don't think it really helps you. It probably would help me, but something different. Good to see it. A lot of good features, and well, just a couple there. They're just not learning a bit. Gimbals, I think I've said it many times, gimbals need to be weatherproof, otherwise you can't use them. I've got my OM4, which is fantastic. As soon as it rains, it's useless. I can't use it. So I've got a waterproof phone, iPhone 12, which I can go out in the rain and take video, but I have to go straight over to the SwitchPod Pro because it's waterproof. I can't afford to blow a $300 gimbal in the rain. So companies, if you're listening and you're making gimbals, make the next one weatherproof at least, or at least water resistant to some level, so we can go out and film in the rain. A lot of us photographers walk through the rain. It's part of landscape photography and vlogging, and even in the city when it's raining, you want to be able to go and film your stuff. So it would be super, super handy. But other than that, right, next one, Adidas. Adidas Ultra Boost, great little shoe. Adidas made a big comeback many years ago with the Ultra Boost. Done very well out of it. Super comfy shoe. It was a big, big comeback for them. Now, we all know that Lego has exploded, especially in Australia. I don't know if it depends on where you are listening from or watching. Lego Masters in Australia, huge TV show. Lego creators making just amazing things. So it's been a massive, big comeback for Lego as well. Well, Adidas is pretty smart. They've jumped on this, made a special edition, Ultra Boost DNA X Lego edition. And where your traditional Adidas stripes are, you can actually lift up and they're clear, and you can clip in little pieces of Lego and make multicolored and change your band colors to whatever your heart desires. So very, very cool. And look, went off like a rocket. I checked this morning, and there was only 2 pairs of size 9 left, so that cut me out. So I had no chance of even looking at that. $320 Australian, so about the right price for shoes in Australia. We do get ripped off fairly well here on sneakers. But look, if you're a Mad Lego fan and you're a size 9, jump on the website now, because you've got 2 shots and they're probably already gone. There'll be at least one more gone, I reckon, by now. So pretty darn cool. They look pretty funky. Great little idea. Great to see these big companies collaborating with these things that are on trend. And yeah, they look pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed with them. So very nice. Now, last but not least, we've talked about Jack Ma. Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba. November last year, had a crack at the Chinese government about their regulations and not their strictness on their regulating the industries and stuff. Was about to unfold a massive big IPO for a Alibaba Bitcoin sort of currency, their own currency, Alibaba's own currency. And well, he disappeared. We all have seen the videos and heard about his disappearance, and everyone thought he was dead. I actually thought the Chinese had knocked him off. I didn't see why not. Well, he come back later down in the year. He appeared, but was not his normal self. Hasn't been his normal self, with a totally different person, saying 0 to nothing now. And well, as of today, boys over on Lou later, on later clips, announced he's been fined a massive, or Alibaba's been fined for, what did the Chinese use for an excuse? Or oh, geez, I can't think of the word. Can't think of the word. Antitrust. That's the one. I wrote it down. I should just read my notes. Antitrust, $2.75 billion fine. Whoa. Now that's hitting someone hard in the guts. Look, normally these big companies get a fine for 50, 100 million. You know, a couple of mining companies got done for 50 billion when they destroyed half of South America a few years ago. And look, that was a big hit to both of those companies. I think 25 billion each they had to pay. So it was a massive amount of money. When you've got Alibaba coming in and getting smashed by 2.75 billion, it's not an antitrust thing. There's no way Alibaba is an antitrust thing. They sell every single company's products there is in China. This was clearly Chinese government going, rightio, you messed with us, you said the wrong thing, pulled him out, put his head back on the line, brainwashed him, whatever they done, because he ain't the same Jack Ma. And this is his fine for saying, this is what happens when you say the wrong thing to China. They obviously didn't want to kill him like they normally do with probably most of their subjects. They get out of the line and say the wrong thing against their country. But a $2.7 billion fine, plus a little bit of a touch-up and retune of his attitude is a pretty big deal. That's a massive, massive fine. And as I said, antitrust is all about a monopoly, such like Apple, where you can't use their ecosystem or you own the whole system. So you invent electricity, but you won't let anyone else use electricity. Let me think, is there any companies in Australia? Oh, Telstra. They own the whole telecommunications network, but they won't let anyone else use it. Yeah, that's right. Oh, they do, but it costs the same. Yeah, righto. Anyways, that's me and my whinge about my normal Telstra whinge. But anyway, yeah, look, huge. $2.7 billion is by no means a small fine. That's a massive, massive hit. And I just don't think it's antitrust. I think this all comes down to him saying the wrong thing. And basically, this is the finalised China going, rightio, well, we've tuned you up. Your attitude's now fixed, which it is. And he's back on China. And yeah, he had to pay the price. That's a heavy price. I think he had about 30 or 40 billion. He's now become the second richest in China, so he's lost his crown there. It's hurt him big time financially, and yeah, massive, massive hit to Alibaba as well. So very interesting. Don't mess with the Chinese communistic government, because they will mess you up big time. Ouch. Don't mess with me. I love you, China. Keep sending that $2 crap. It's the only way I can run this channel. Rightio. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow. Probably be afternoon or late tomorrow, or I might do a at the airport one. I'll see how I go, what I'm happening, and how I'm feeling. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Whether you're going this way, that way, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.